Yo, champs in the making,
and welcome back to
Legendary Adventures.
My name is Eli, aka that Big Sauce Gamertag.
And I'm Becky, aka Small Fry.
And
What's
guys,
up, you guys?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
You have no idea how excited we are. I mean, after what? After weeks, and Babe knows here, I've been going left and right of like, who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Darkrai?
Oh, yeah.
and she's like, will you please stop talking about that? And I'm like, okay, maybe it's Heatran. And for anyone who played with the community today, I was like, maybe it is. Maybe Niantic's gonna go ahead and be like, no, you can't have him. You can't have Darkrai yet. You're gonna have someone else that we've already had in the pool. But Darkrai is being released.
What?
In tier 5 raids. Not even EX raid, guys. Tier 5 raids. And we're going to get them for 2 weeks. So not only are we going to get them for 2 whole weeks to go ahead and play out, we're also going to get them for 2, dinner hour raids. But with that said, guys, you're going to need to go ahead and know which counters to go ahead and utilize, how many players you're going to need to go ahead and take them down with,
and what it's boosted by. So let's dive right in.
So guys, do know that Darkrai will be in the tier 5 raids
from October 17th to November 1st.
So Darkrai is obviously a dark type Pokemon, a ghost type Pokemon. With that said, if you're been a Pokemon trainer for many years or just going into it, you kind of know what the patterns are forming here, and you're gonna want to go ahead and utilize what type of Pokemon, babe?
Fighting types, fairy types, and bug types.
So here's going to be a great opportunity to go ahead and have a mixture of Pokemon of what to utilize, because we know not everyone has all the elites. Maybe
and also depending on what he has as a move, like Focus Blast, you're gonna want to use fairy types instead of fighting types.
So first and foremost, you guys want to know what the perfect is. The perfect Darkrai non-weather boosted is going to be 2,136. Now
max CP, right?
Right. Now, actually, what boosts this Pokemon?
Foggy weather.
And then it puts up to a gnarly number, right? Like what would be the perfect then?
2671.
That's insane. From the perfect combat powers that they are, what are the movesets that they have then?
Darkrai can come with 2 different fast moves, which is Snarl and Feint Attack, and it has access to 3 different charge moves, which is
Dark Pulse,
Focus Blast, and Shadow Ball.
Focus Blast has always wrecked us, especially our T-Tars, so that's kind of the one that we always can kind of push out there, because it's the one that we're always wary about.
It's pretty dangerous. It's a dangerous move.
You're pretty and dangerous. You're gonna want to take them down with no less than 3 trainers with heat levels of 35 and higher. Now, do note, if the right conditions are available, you can definitely duo them.
So it can be duoed, but
you're gonna need a lot of things to go in your direction.
Yeah, it'll be like a perfect raid, basically.
Right, which we'll go ahead and dive in on that on the very end of this. Let's go ahead and see here. Who do we need? Let's
go into the counters. Number 1 counter is Machamp. So
number 1,
bust out those Machamps with counter and dynamic punch.
Oh yeah, so the Goro looking Pokemon is definitely the number 1 that you want to lead in here to utilize as a fighting type.
Right.
Now, fairy types come into play here too, and with that one, for anyone who's hatched that cute little Togepi, still waiting for my trade.
I'm just kidding.
You know who I'm talking to. So with that said, Togekiss actually, the final evolution of Togepi is a beast to go ahead and take down Darkrai, because it can take the hits and can dish out the hits as well.
With Charm and Dazzling Gleam.
Right, and those just out of the gate right there. Now, going back to the fighting types, who's the second best fighter?
Hariyama.
So Hariyama can go ahead and definitely be one to have in your team setup if you don't have many Machamps. If this is one that you may perhaps hatched and have evolved later on, this is the best way to go ahead and go about it.
With counter and dynamic punch, of course.
Correct. And of course, going over to one of my personal favorites.
Oh yeah?
Toxicroak. Toxicroak is a beast. One of my personal favorites from the Game Boy DS days. But with that said, Toxicroak is going to need to know counter and dynamic punch as well. And I'm starting to see that there might be a little bit of a repetitive on the moves, but nonetheless, like we said, whether you're new to the game or returning, sometimes you just don't have a full team of 6 or 12, to have that backup team.
Or those fast TMs, charge TMs.
Right. So
but going into the next counter, we're going in with Heracross, that regional beast with counter and close combat. So if you're lucky enough to have one, Bust it out. Bust it out.
Now, here's the other one that is a great one that a lot of people tend to forget about, but Breloom. Breloom was a great one that if you were able to go ahead and acquire during the special event, you probably went ahead and farmed out a couple that were in the higher CPs and higher IVs. And of course, Breloom, fighting type, what is it? Counter and dynamic punch as well.
Right, and then another great counter to have is Blaziken, that fighting type beast with counter and focus blast.
So that's the you might want to go ahead and see if you have that move available. I know that during the community day event for that particular Pokemon, we were already looking for the fire types moves that it had, so you may want to go ahead and change it out,
or like evolve with Torchic,
or an extra one just particular for fighting in itself if you do have so a few left. So moving back to the fairy pool, we are going to be checking Granbull. One of the tough fun dogs. Of course, Granbull will need to be utilizing Charm, and of course Play Rough, because Play Rough is a power
actually
house
that's
of
a really good move.
Oh yeah, and also for PvP, so keep that in mind, guys. Just letting you know, because there's a lot of things that you can resolve in this world by playing PvP, like where to have dinner. So with that said, moving on to the next
routes. Bust out those routes, evolve them to Gardevoir with Charm and Dazzling Gleam.
Oh yeah, let no mistake be known about this. I mean, Gardevoir is a beast, and especially to go ahead and take down Darkrai. Now, if by any chance you have been lucky enough to go ahead and go just crazy in hunting Tepig, and you've already got an Emboar, well, you know what? Time to go ahead and try your stuff.
Though.
Kudos to you, yeah. But Emboar, and you want to go ahead and use Low Kick and Focus Blast. So that's where the moves change up here. Now entering the Bug type Pokemon.
Okay.
And this is for all those who want to go ahead and flex the shiny ones that you guys caught during Community Day.
Yanmega.
And what does Yanmega need?
Bug Bite and Bug Buzz.
Yeah.
Bug Buzz.
No, you're right. You're right. That's what it needs. And then, of course, after Yanmega comes our next beloved insect type, which is Pinsir. And Pinsir is going to need to know Bug Bite and, of course, X Scissor. And because it'll go ahead and charge up faster, it's going to be a great one that's going to go ahead and be pretty much a little DPS cannon right there for you. Now, returning back to the fighting pool, we're going to be looking at Lucario.
Nice.
You lucky people who have them, because I'm still on the search for one. But Lucario falls into line again with counter and close combat. And then moving there to our ever beloved
Scissor. Last but not least, Scissor with Fury Cutter and X Scissor, right?
Yeah, because X gonna give it to you. So with that said, okay, so going into the keynote in itself, remember how we mentioned about how having to duo this particular Pokemon?
Right.
In order to do so, you may want to go ahead and lead with your bug team during rainy weather to go ahead and get that boost. Foggy weather is going to go ahead and be counter to you on the bug one, so you may want to go and push fairy, and of course fighting on that if your team has it, and of course if you have other trainers pushing with you as well. Now there is a few items to go ahead and partake in what you want to prioritize.
So you guys, if you guys encounter Darkrai that has Focus Blast, make sure to bust out Gardevoir and Togekiss, because it's going to be 2 times reduced damage for those beasts of a fairy type Pokemon.
They'll be able to go ahead and take the hit and then keep on hitting. So that's definitely something to keep an eye out for, just because you want to go ahead and have a good team set up so that you can go ahead and circulate your items.
That Focus Blast, man.
It always seems to tear everyone apart.
Yeah.
And then of course treat Shadow Ball the same way you would like Dark Pulse, and use fighting types. Don't use Gardevoir as it will take increased damage from the Ghost move. Now there is one particular Pokemon that you do want to keep in mind that is a little... It happens to be the Glass Cannon. Let's put it this way. Breloom is the Glass Cannon on this one, which is you may need to dodge if you have them. It's going to do the damage, but it's also going to be burned the quickest. So keep that in mind if you decide to use
or
Breloom.
Just tap away with that one. But it's gonna faint pretty quickly.
Right. With that said, guys, again, because of the cloudy weather, that's when you're gonna want to use the fairy types and of course the fighting types, because their moves are gonna be boosted. But there is a downside to that, right?
But the downside that it boosts Focus Blast. So if you're out there with the Machamp, bring that boy back and go in with Togekiss and Gardevoir.
Yeah. So with that said, guys, we look forward to seeing what you guys go ahead and take down. Hopefully you guys get your hundo.
Yeah, we're so excited for this.
And even if you don't get your hundo, just because of during the event that's going on with the double candy right now, to catch it, be able to transfer it if you get really bad IVs. Hopefully that's not the case, guys, but whatever happens. And then of course do keep in mind that you do get 2 raid hours for this particular Pokemon, and so plan accordingly, and we look forward to hearing your success stories, your failures too, because it happens.
Drop it down, you guys. We will be responding to your comments.
But with that said, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, smash the notification bell, and guys, until next time, peace.